Good afternoon, TB back here. I've just finished up welding on the brackets to mount my legs to my forge for making machetes and other larger things. This is the new forge. I cut a hot water heater in half is what I done the other day with nothing but a grinder and a saw. Well, I used a skill saw on the long cuts with a thin blade, and it took two of them blades, about $1.25, about $1.50, maybe $2 to cut this out, what it cost me for cutting it out. Then I used about 2 welding rods, just welding up this bracket on here, and I've drilled some holes to mount the aluminum table legs on there. So that'll be another portable type forge that you can fold up, take with you wherever you go. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, is part 3. I'll be back with a part 4 here pretty soon. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put the bolts in here, and then this pipe here, it's 3-inch. That went down the center of your hot water heater. What I think I'll do is grind all that stuff off there and weld it in there, and maybe either weld the end shut on one end, weld it around in there at the bottom, and I'm going to drill some holes in it, and then I got a couple of choices I could do. Out the front, I could cut a piece, make a T if I could find another 3-inch piece of pipe, but I don't have any more 3-inch pipe, so I'll probably just put the blower in the end of it, drill the holes through here in the top and then up the sides here, along a bunch of little holes in it so the air can get through it, and use this as an air channel to push the air up and around the metal on each side of your machete, sword, or whatever you're building, especially longer bladed knives. I may not make a lot of swords, but machetes, I'm sure a lot of folks will use them. I've just got to get myself around and go find out what the used carbon steel will run me, and see what it costs me to make them, and then I may be able to come down on the price some on them machetes. But the other day, figuring them in at new steel, it can run pretty good chunk of money to make good machetes and swords and knives and what have you like that, because the steel ain't cheap. Not to mention just this right here, just with the stuff that I've gotten just to build this stuff, is welding and everything. I probably got about $10 in this right now, which ain't much, but if you had to go buy you a forge and everything, it costs, maybe $150, $200, and maybe more than that for a newer one. But just a used one somewhere you might pick up, pretty cheap. I don't know, but I'm just going to build one and out of this, and it'll work just fine. The top part of this, I'm going to put hinges on, so when I'm done, I can just pull the lid shut and smother the fire out. When I'm through, no danger of fire getting out. I will have to work on a few details and work the bugs out, but I'll be back with you soon on part 4 of finishing out this thing, and you'll get to see step by step what I did. All I did was weld a piece of angle iron, which it's just 2 pieces. I cut them apart, welded it on here, drilled the holes through, bolted this stuff. Got holes here drilled, got to put these bolts, and I've got some all thread bolts that I will run through here for the locks on it, and we'll cut these off, because you can cut these off. They're 7/16 bolts, what they are, and nuts, and I'll probably put a double jam nut on the bottom of these, and to make it hold tight and not lose your nuts off there. But anyway, I'll show you what it looks like in the next segment. Thanks for tuning in with TB this afternoon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.